driveway. This is why you need four-wheel drive in your van here.
St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Nope. This episode of my van build, we're gonna be cutting a lot of holes in the roof, installing a MaxxFan Deluxe and the electrical feed through. I'm gonna use a box. I saw this online. Good idea. Instead of installing a lot of individual gland nuts, I'm gonna install a box, drill one hole, and everything will feed through the box. These will be attached thusly. Here is a Siphon 360 vent for the holding tank and the whole plumbing system, venting the vents for the plumbing system. And this is a little fan for the through the lavatory for it's a wet bath, so it's going to get damp in there. And if you don't have a fan, then it tends to get a little stale smelling and even a little bit of mold growing. So you want to vent your bathroom and, you know, power vent it. I'm not talking just venting it, but actually putting a fan in there and sucking out the bad air, just like a bathroom fan. So anyway, I'm going to get going on this. It's a big day because this is the point of no return. So if you're squeamish about drilling into the van, all I can say is I am too, and you just got to be careful and measure everything out, lay it out, make sure you don't make a mistake permanently in the metal that you can't get out of. It's not that big of a deal. I will also link detailed installation for some of this stuff. I'm going to kind of gloss over the higher points. So if you really want to see the nitty gritty on every little last step, I will link some excellent videos that I've seen online. Okay, here we go. We're up on the roof. First thing you got to do is remove dead spiders and clean this area down real good. A little alcohol. A bigger area than you're actually going to be cutting, because you're going to be adding sealant here and touch-up paint. So probably want to get this area pretty clean all around. And here's that DIY adapter plate from DIY Do-It-Yourself Van. And what it has are these notches, like I might have mentioned. Here's one up here. I don't know if you can see that. Notch here, so that it fits the contour of the roof. These embossment, stiffener embossments, it fits right in there. It notches right in. And he has these for multiple different locations. If you're up on something like this, he has one for that. And he's, you know, like I say, there's several that he makes. And you can request a custom one. And it makes a nice flat surface for your fan to bracket to sit on, that your actual fan unit attaches to. So you want to get one of these. It'll make your life a lot easier. And there's a corresponding inner one so that you can sandwich the metal and make for a much more stable, long-lasting installation. So another thing about this is it makes a good template. Otherwise you'd have to make a template. So you get it down where it needs to be and mark out where you're going to cut. And then you mask this off with some painter's tape. You get it masked off here, you're ready to start drilling. So I don't have a step drill up here with me, but I do have this, and I am going to just drill out some holes. I'll drill a pilot hole here first. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so we got the pilot holes all drilled out, and now I'm switching to my weapon of choice, which is a jigsaw, and it should go okay. So let's give it a go. Okay, we're through. Now let's jettison this, and we'll pick it up. I think we can go on the inside now from here on out. What I will do real quick is sand down this edge a little. So let's get the flap sander and I get the bulk of this. There we go. Now I'll touch it up with a hand file and we'll go from there. All right, the holes deburred, touched up all the bare metal, and installed my upper and lower adapter plates, and got them glued in there with Silkaflex and waiting for that to dry. So I am starting to lay out my bathroom ventilation fan, my plumbing vent, and also the electrical feed-through box. I'm going to knock out those cutouts with the hydraulic punch and then get those installed here real quick. This is the inside adapter plate, and it is glued and screwed into place, sandwiching the sheet metal, and it'll provide a nice surface to mount the fan to. A lot more material to screw into than just sheet metal, so that's why you want to install one of these. While I was waiting for the sealant to dry for my MaxxAir, I got back on these penetrations through the roof for the other fans and vents, and I got the pilot holes drilled for the hydraulic punch, and I'm about to knock these out. So this is step one. So the hydraulic punch did its thing, and I got 3 very nice holes. I will touch up the paint on those, rust proof it, and get the fittings in there tomorrow. And there's the mounting flange for the MaxxAir installed, so that's ready to go. After hours of work, I'm to this point. I got my feed-through fittings installed. I don't like just poking the pipes up, the vent pipe and the bathroom vent pipe. I don't like that because it's going to flop around in that hole. So I actually putting fittings here, and this thing's rock solid. It's got a screwed down on both sides. You know, it's got 2 pieces that screw into each other, thusly. And that thing ain't going nowhere. It's got sealant around it. And anyway, this is the the plumbing vent, and this is how it works. This is a Siphon 360, which the RV community really love. I've never used them. That goes on there, and it's all glued together with, they recommend 221 Silkaflex. Good stuff. One thing, when you bond with this, you're not getting that off, right? If you ever, like silicone, you can slip a razor blade under there. That, you'd never get it off. And then this is my bathroom vent fan. Go there thusly. It's got a little fan on there, and the power wire goes down through there and pokes out through. You drill a hole in the side of your pipe and seal it. And anyway, that's that. This isn't, this is a little stinker. This is actually for one of these, you know, to power vent this up and eliminate holding tank odor. But it's got a hell of a fan in there, so I think it's going to be able to vent my bathroom, I think. If not, I'm going to put an inline fan in there to assist it. And then the only other thing is my electrical box. I'll show you what I'm doing with that. And there's the MaxxAir fan ready to install in the opening. So we're getting close. All right, everything's installed now, and it's time to do the lap sealant. And everybody knows, right, Dicor lap sealant. So I've got it masked just in case, because it's self-leveling, so it spreads out. And I've masked it off and ready to do it. And I'll show the finished product when I'm done. Okay, so I got all the sealant on here now, and that pretty much concludes this video for the installation of all the stuff on the roof of the van. Thank God. I hate climbing up. I don't like heights, and I got, what do you call it, vertigo, and so I get dizzy up here, but got it done finally. And anyway, here's, you can see I'm not shy about using sealant. That's Dicor. And that is a must. A lot of people think they can just get away with putting sealant under the fitting, and nah, I Dicor it. It just extra layer of insurance. So here's my electrical box. It's got a gasket in there, and there's the feed through downstairs. And so anytime I want to add something to this, I can just drill a hole here, install a gland nut, and my solar panel wiring for any lights up here, or if I wire over to that side and have an electric awning that extends, I can run all the wiring up through here and across the roof to whatever I need to power, or in case of a solar panel, the power generating cables coming down through right into my electrical area. So that's that. I'll show you the inside. So here's the inside where the fittings are poking through, all sealed up, electrical. This is the plumbing vent and the vent for the fan. And I have to do all this wiring, of course, the wiring for the fantastic fan, or the MaxxFan, or whatever they call it. And I'm gonna have to run any wiring up here. I have to run wiring for all the lights. I'm gonna bring wire over the top of this, and I'm gonna have another little remote 12-volt fuse panel on this side to power everything on this side, so I don't have to run a lot of wires, and probably have some spare wire, etc. I'm gonna make a harness and do all that. Then the ceiling panel goes on, and next the trim. This will all go up here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And it goes up like this and ties the wall and the ceiling together. And they're just held up there with some self-tapping screws. I have the kit laid out here. Legend, so far I haven't had any issues with it. This is the last ceiling panel. It's like Swiss cheese. There's a bunch of holes in it for all the lights and the fan and everything, all the vents. And I'll show how to insulate this and put it up there next video, and show you the kind of the finished installation for the Legend wall and ceiling panel kits with the trim. So anyway, hope you got something out of this, and I will see you on the next video.